Hello and welcome back to my channel Fly High with Priya. In this video, I'll be explaining the poem Keeping Quiet by Pablo Neruda, who is a very famous writer who has won Nobel Prize in Literature, and it's a very beautiful poem in which the importance of keeping silence is explained and how it is important for our contemplation. So the poem starts with the lines, "Now we'll count to 12 and we'll all keep still." We'll count up to 12, we all will keep up to 12 and we'll not move, we'll be still. For once on the face of earth, let's not speak in any language. Let's stop for 1 second and not move our arms so much. For the sake of earth, let's be still, let's be silent. We do not speak in any language. We will not speak in any language. We'll stop for 1 second and what we'll do, we'll not move our arms so much. Means human beings are always busy in working now, and for doing work we have to move our arms here and there. So the poet says that we will be still and will not move our arms so much. It would be an exotic movement without rush, without engines. We would all be together in a sudden strangeness. The poet says that when we'll be silent, we'll be still, that will be a very beautiful exotic movement, because this type of movement is not seen always. There will be no rush, means there will be no hustle and bustle, as everyone is still, so nobody will do anything, and therefore there will be no voice of engines, vehicles, and everything will be still, will be calm, and that will be a sudden strangeness, because this thing never happens now. That's why it will be a very strange thing. Fishermen in the cold sea would not harm whales. The fishermen who have gone for fishing, they will not harm the whales, means for that very moment they will not harm or kill the fishes. And the men gathering salt would look at his hurt hands. And the men who are always busy in collecting salts, in collecting and purifying, refining salt, they will for one instant will be still, will be silent, and they will look at their hands which are hurt. They'll they'll feel the pain they are having. Those who prepare green wars with gas, wars with fire. Now the poet here brings the people who are always busy in wars, in creating wars. Wars are created, and he mentions that wars happen with gas, with fire. Victory without survivors. And the outcome of those wars are that there are victories, that wars are won, but there are no survivors. Means nobody is alive in that wars. Put on clean clothes and walk about with their brothers in the shade doing nothing. Such people who are always busy in creating wars, they will put on clean clothes, means saaf suthre kapde they'll wear, and they will walk with their brothers in the shade and they'll do nothing. What I want should not be confused with total inactivity. Means the poet wants stillness, but he should not be confused with the inactivity. Inactivity is something different, and keeping silence, keeping stillness is something different. Life is what it is about. I want no truck with death. If we were not so single-minded about keeping our lives moving and for once could do nothing, perhaps a huge silence might interrupt the sadness of never ending, never understanding ourselves, and of threatening ourselves with death. The poet says that we are always single-mindedly moving, means we are working for progress, we are working for our life, means we are single-mindedly, we are not thinking anything, we are thinking just of development, of getting success, means we are working just single-mindedly, and for once we will be still, we'll be calm, and we'll contemplate, and perhaps in that huge silence, or in that silence, we'll be understand ourselves. As we are always busy, we never try to understand ourselves. So in that silence, in that stillness, we'll try to understand ourselves and of threatening ourselves with death. Now, man is always fearful about death and will not be threatened at that moment. At that particular moment, will not be threatened with death. We are threatened from death. Perhaps the earth can teach us as when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive. The poet says that earth is the best example to learn anything. If you want to learn something now, we should learn something, that thing from earth. It is the best example. There is a particular scenario that everything seems dead, like in cold weather, जहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा you can say snow या icy areas होते हैं. At that very place, everything seems to be dead in winters. And suddenly when summers approach, new saplings, new plants grow, and that is the symbol of life. That after death, life is there. Or you can say when on a grave, when plants grow, on a grave, when plants, flowers grow, bloom. So that is the very example of life. So we should learn from earth. Now I'll count up to 12 and you keep quiet and I will go. Now when the poem started, the poet said that we will count up to 12 and we'll be silent. And at the end, the poet says that you all keep silence and I'll count up to 12 and then I'll go. So this was the last line. I hope this poem is very much clear to you. It's a very beautiful poem in which the poet has expressed the need of contemplation, the need to know ourselves, and to know about ourselves, we need to keep silence. If we want to understand ourselves, we need to be silent, and that is what the poet has expressed in this poem. I hope it is very much clear to you. Thank you for watching the video. जाने से पहले subscribe, share and like करना मत भूलिएगा. Till then, bye bye.